And what's on that piece of paper?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
You told me earlier I didn't give you a piece of paper.
I didn't say you. I said somebody else maybe gave me a piece of paper.
Okay, so we're just the facts are just muddy both directions this way, okay? Yeah.
So am I the bad guy here?
No, but understand we're coming out to give you service, and all you're telling me is you didn't do this for me, you didn't do that for me. Okay, maybe I did drink.
What's your perspective of this whole scenario?
My perspective is I think you need to relax.
Okay.
I think you need to follow up with the detective. You have my name on it, with my number. You have Officer Sullivan's name.
What is your name?
I'm Sergeant Spillers.
Okay.
I'm the supervisor. You have Sergeant. You have Officer Sullivan's with his number on it, and you have the case number on it. And that's the piece of paper that he gave you, that you've admitted to now that you do have, but you said you didn't get earlier.
Well, I wasn't sure what it was. I just thought it was like a police report or something.
That's exactly it. That's your whole world right there. That's your police report number.
Okay, so I can follow up on that?
And don't you remember me saying, here, I'll give you my name, and I wrote my name on it, and I said, here, my name is on it too? You don't remember that either?
Well, when someone flashes a gun at you, you tend to be like, oh my God, like this guy could shoot me, like your brain like gets frazzled. As a police officer, if someone pointed a gun at you or pulled a gun on you, wouldn't you be kind of frazzled?
No, but you understand that's a different perspective.
But if someone pulled a gun out or showed you a gun, would not your mind be frazzled? As a police officer, especially
we deal with concealed carries all the time. If
But
they're not concealed carry, then they violate that law.
Aggressively, if someone was pissed off at you and they showed you your gun, will your mind not be frazzled a little bit?
What you're trying to do is bait me and trap me into what's aggressive on this.
But he was being aggressive towards me, and I was like, dude, I'm just trying to
verbally aggressive towards you, yes.
And when someone pulls a gun out, you would probably shoot him.
Did he point that gun at you?
No, but if someone pulled a gun out on you, pulled it out, you would probably shoot him.
I can't shoot people who don't point guns at me.
But if he pulled a gun out, you're telling me you would not shoot him?
I would take him into protective custody because it's a police officer.
There's
a difference.
But if he didn't take it out of his waistband and pull it out,
Sir,
you would not shoot him?
Every day. No.
Really?
I've never shot anybody.
But you would have the legal authority to shoot him. Maybe pull it out of his waistband.
No.
Yes, you would.
I'd be violating policy.
I know the policy. If he pulled out a gun.
Which policy do you do?
APD policy says if someone pulls out a gun and it's a threat to you and you feel like he's going to end up pointing you.
It's a threat. You see, holding like this or holding like that is two different things. Holding it like this does not make it a threat to a police officer. That's when officers give loud verbal commands and instruct him to put the gun down.
So APD is okay with someone pulling out a gun, but not pointing at them, but they can pull out a gun.
What you say and what
and you cannot shoot at him.
Okay, this is getting back to your original story. What you said and what he said are two different things. Those were both staff with the detective that I told you about earlier. The detective said write it up and they would follow up. Okay.
I know you guys brought in detectives that had to
No, I called the detective. No detective came out here.
So, if you have someone that you think might be a threat, he pulls out a gun, as long as he doesn't aim it at you, it's okay to not shoot him.
If it occurs in my presence, and people are alarmed, that is a misdemeanor, and yes, I can arrest for that. If it does not occur in my presence...
Are you allowed to shoot him?
Huh?
Are you allowed to shoot him?
No.
You can't shoot a guy that pulls out a gun out of his waistband?
Well, you see, you're holding it in the downward position. He's not making it threatening. Threatening is when you point it at people and threaten them. See, I think you got your facts.
I probably do. I just always thought that if someone pulled out a gun, whether he raises it at you guys or not, as long as he pulls out a gun, that's a threat, and you should shoot him. That's my opinion, and I confer on that.
Well, do you own any guns, do you?
No, not on me.
Okay. No.
You're welcome to search me. No guns.
You don't own any guns, do you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you keep them in your apartment?
Yes.
And you keep them secured, right?
No.
Okay. And you feel safe with them, right?
No.
And you think you know when to use them and when not to use them, correct?
I would only use them if someone's breaking into my apartment, but I would never point them at a police officer or even show a police officer my gun.
Okay.
This guy showed me his gun to intimidate me, to say, hey, you're doing the wrong thing, and I'm the dominant force here. That's why I only called you guys. the only reason why I called you guys. He intimidated me with the gun.
So and then you went and had some drinks.
Yeah.
Did you have the drinks before we got here?
After. I was so freaked out that...
All right.
But your policy is that someone can pull out a gun as long as he doesn't face it at you.
You know,
you're not allowed to shoot him.
You know my policy. You told me you know my policy. I'm going to let you deal with that, okay? Is there anything else I can do for you tonight?
No, sir. Good night, sir.
Have a good night.
You too. Sir, what was your name?
You don't remember, Rudy?
I just want to verify it because I don't know of the...
It's on that piece of paper I gave you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Fucking douche.